for another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, a good one straight ahead. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. Off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. Let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the past. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Donovan Ezaraku there to make the play.
Brings up second and 8 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's second and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And he will pick it up. Let's give him a first down up to the 37-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. Once again, it's Warren. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down and 7. From the gun, Rodgers. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it's going to be third down.
I like the aggressiveness early in the game, right out of the gate. Make the defense realize we are going to challenge you downfield. And what that does is it opens everything else up. Now, you got to hit a couple of these, and don't be surprised if they go back to a deep shot here pretty quickly.
And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it fourth down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on fourth down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. A big play for the Cowboys. 37 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll go with the sneak, and he will have a Cowboys first down. Able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
To the 5-yard line.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's got it at the 3. And he's close to the goal line but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane. And now it's 3rd and goal.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him.
And he will drive his way into the end zone. Dak Prescott, touchdown, Dallas. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he's going to be followed up quickly after a gain of about 1. Savon Revel there to make the play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling. They get 14 on that hookup. That's a Steeler first down.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They run with Warren. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Steeler first down. Off the play fake, Rodgers. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Cowboys are going to come away with the football.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Here's a designed run. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll get this complete. It's George Pickens. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. Pickens, first catch. And that's good for a first down.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last. To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
2nd and 11. Again, Prescott to the air. Into the hands of Pickens. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On third down, Prescott. It's completed right side to Ferguson.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
Now that on fourth down. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them. So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. A modest game. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
To throw is Prescott. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Prescott now. A quick slap taken by Lamb. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Not much there, maybe a yard.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8. Now Prescott. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he's going to be close to the first down. Out of bounds, just a little short. Need to pick it up on 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll run the sneak. And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
They'll run. It's Williams. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Second and goal. Prescott. Under pressure, now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So backed up now to the 8-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Now Prescott taking off, and he will score. Dak Prescott, touchdown Dallas. He's got another one, his 2nd touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. Cowboys move out on top, 14-0. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Now Rodgers will set up the screen to Gainwell. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Here's Rodgers. That pass is caught inside Valdez-Scantling. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
He'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate. Work with your quarterback. Go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Gain on the play. And it's third down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On play action, here's Dak. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Cowboy first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time delivering a strike.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
26 yards. First down, Cowboys.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He'll step up and run this.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. On 2nd down, it's Dak. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
You know, kind of interesting. You don't see a lot of teams play dime personnel down here in the real low red zone, Mike, but great job by the defensive coordinator anticipating pass, right personnel, right coverage, and really muddied up that back end for the quarterback.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman can get out to lead the way. The Steelers are going to use one of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This about as short as you can get. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will tag on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. Had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with 1st down. From the gun, Rodgers. He'll dump this out wide to Gainwell. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Gainwell. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain of 21 on that pass play. That's a Steeler first down.
For the longest time, when you threw the ball to the running back, it was a check down, a swing, a screen, kind of short underneath where you relied on guys to run after the catch, but it's not the case anymore. So many of these running backs around the league, Mike, they can run routes, in a lot of cases, almost as good as the wide receivers.
First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down. And for a gain of 7.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board just before halftime.
And at this point, they need all the points they can get. So kudos to them coming away with 3 before the half. And I think they're going to need an overall better performance offensively going forward if they plan on pulling off this second half comeback.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And no return here. This is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cowboys offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
35-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go again here with Williams. Finding room across midfield. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 29.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
Prescott on first down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll lead to a second down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally be able to get him out of this groove.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Open man, left side, he's got it. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. A gain of 26, and it sets up 1st and goal.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike
to the goal line and in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. On for the PAT is Aubrey. His kick is good. And the Cowboys extend to a 24-3 lead.
Steelers 3.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. skips away nicely for that first defender. It's a pickup of 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here comes 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, 1. The defense stringing them out. No gain. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Just a little too much east and west there for my liking. I understand what they're trying to do, getting the ball out on the perimeter, but on these early downs, plant your foot and get downhill. Great job by the defense stringing it out, and they're able to force him down for a loss.
3rd and short yardage. It's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
To return, it is Turpin. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Dak can throw it here on 1st down. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Here's a handoff to Williams. And he's going to get 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
A give, and here comes Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And he's going to be out of bounds, gain of just a couple, and now we've got 3rd down coming up.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
It is 3rd and long. To throw is Dak. Here's a screen now for Sanders. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on third down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend their third quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. Had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. He finds Austin with the grab. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 1. The middle with Warren. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
It's a loss of 1.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. Give them 14 on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
On the ground, Ingram. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
He finds Metcalf on the slant. And it looks like he's going to come up just short of the first down. Out of bounds, a yard shy of what they needed. They'll have to pick it up on third down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. 17 yards on that play. That's a Steeler first down.
So, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on third and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Throw on the run is complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Again, it's Rodgers. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it'll be 3rd down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to find any seed he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
Two-point try coming up. Rodgers and the offense all set.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
To throw is Rodgers. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Devontae Turpin on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Play fake. Prescott. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big connection from Dak to CD. It's a gain of 34.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be. Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. To throw is Prescott. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
So you find yourself playing with a 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there. Works through his progression. Move on to the next play and just throw that ball away.
On for the field goal now. It's Brandon Aubrey. This officially a 58-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cowboys will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Here's Gainwell to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Rodgers. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Rodgers now. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Adam Thielen. Touchdown Steelers. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers are able to cut into the deficit. Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
It's another run here for Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Third and 5. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And they'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Steelers offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard. Play fake. It's Rodgers. Looking free downfield, it's Thielen. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
I love this call. My defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy 1st down. Really well done.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 13 pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time. And he's able to secure a really nice catch.
To the back of the end zone. He's got it. And it's Gainwell. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
On for the extra point is Boswell. It's up and good. And the Steelers have cut the deficit to 5.
Steelers 25.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Play action now. Prescott. That's out wide to Williams. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And we got a big 3rd down coming up here, Mike. They got a chance with a conversion to possibly get this under the 2-minute warning, put this defense in a position where they have to start using their timeouts.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now, Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense, so the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Miles Sanders. And that one going to be closed down the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
47-yard line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
They'll drop to throw. This one complete right side. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things: a highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.